9 a.m. The temperature has come down a lot. Um, it's made a bit of a difference in here. I didn't get very far last night beyond the nachos. I finished them, but that was about it. I got up a little bit later and finished the dishes and brushed my teeth and stuff. But that was a crash. I mean, I did a lot of walking yesterday. I remember, right? I only got about 4 hours worth of sleep. So, um, we're gonna do a new vlog starting today, and I gotta be frank with you. I'm not sure what I plan to do today. Um, I don't really want to get started with the rebuilding quite yet. But I don't really want to do laundry or clean yet either. I kind of want to wait to do both things until I get back tomorrow. So today's the day off, basically. There'll be another show on Thursday. 2 shows on Thursday, actually. And then I've got that 10-day stretch, so I may end up cleaning a little bit in here, but I ate a lot yesterday. When I woke up, I woke up the night before, the previous night, right? So I woke up on, I guess it would be Monday night at like 9 o'clock. And then I made those beans with soup. So I had a can of beans and 2 cans of soup, which is a decent meal, right? And then I went out, did grocery shopping, and then when I came home I was hungry, so I had nachos, which is 2 bags of Doritos with the cheese and the salsa and the Caesar. And then I went to the show and I came back and I had the same thing. So, and I had a smoothie. Well, I didn't have any ice cream, but it was a substantial amount of soy milk, which is mealish. So I ate a lot yesterday. So that kind of throws the whole schedule out of whack too, right? So I'm actually still feeling a little bit bloated from the amount that I ate yesterday. Although I have to acknowledge that it's probably a consequence of what I ate, right? I had an entire can, like an entire big can of expired chickpeas, right? Like, where is it? Yeah. Oh. It says 500 milliliters, which is half a kilogram of well, you saw the size of the can, you know, like that's a lot of beans, damn it. I ate them in one sitting. With two cans of soup, right? And a lot of pepper. You don't get many calories out of pepper, but I mean that was a big meal, and then I followed it up with two more, so it's I'm bloated, so I'm probably not going to eat again until late tonight. Meaning, like, I'm kind of like, but because I'm kind of bloated from how much I ate, I kind of don't want to do anything either, right? So, I'm kind of getting a bit of a craving for some pop, so I think I smoked too much last night. That's something else I'm looking forward to for the layoff, right? Smoking less. Actually, I'm still not smoking at home. It's dealt with, right? It's still just like I'm naked. I'm stark naked, so that's why we're talking like this. If you want to, I would go talk in the mirror, but I'm sorry, I'm naked, and I don't really feel like putting clothes on. It's liberating to be naked, but you can't see. Sorry. Um, yeah. So there's really no plan for today, and by the time it's done, there may be nothing done. I'm actually really just gonna sit down and watch some vlogs, do a little bit of editing, and I may just end up screwing around on YouTube for most of the day. Eventually stumbling out to get probably some Mountain Dew, but really not doing much. If I do anything at all today, it's probably gonna be like cleaning in here, meaning like vacuuming, the sink, that kind of stuff. But it's not yet decided. I'm not going to talk a lot about the final polls. The saying is the polls don't lie, but the pollsters might. I'm not even convinced that much is true. I have little faith in the sanctity of the data being thrown around. To be clear, it's not that the polls are meaningless due to bad methodology, although some of them are, or whatever other thing. I'm actually flatly suspicious that the polling companies are corrupt. That is, that the Clinton campaign is paying them to present information in a specific way. I've made this argument in this space already. It's based on the idea that a lot of things don't add up, and a lot of it seems to be about branding things in a specific way. I think that if you really understand what's going on right now, that's not so absurd. In fact, it would be very hard to understand how she could manage to have so much control over so many things and yet not control the polling narrative too, right? Because that's the way that Clinton has been running the campaign, right? Reality does not matter. She creates reality. She'll tell you what reality is, and you better listen, or else, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out that, one, Hillary Clinton has not won an open primary since March 15th. It's a long time ago now. And she has lost several of them in that period, okay? The polling leading up to several of her losses since then favored her. She was supposed to be winning in Indiana, and she was supposed to be winning in Wisconsin too, okay? But then it was shown to be wrong, or perhaps it was shown to be fake. I think that's the truth, right? It's not that the polling was wrong, it's that the polling was fake, okay? In fact, the demographics also favored her in several of the states that she lost, like West Virginia. Okay. Now, I'd argue that you want to look more at recent contests for predictors. California should fall somewhere between the close primary in Oregon and the open caucus in Washington, and the best guess we've got for Jersey is Rhode Island, although I want to point something else out. I saw some polling recently that suggested that Clinton is winning whites in California, and Sanders is winning Latinos. Interesting. I think it's easy to understand. You just have to think less about language or skin color and think more about class. So it's a little bit before 4. What have I done for the day? A little bit of editing related things. I guess I've been spending the last couple of hours cleaning strawberries, and it actually did take that long because you only have so much space in the drainer, so you put them in, you wash them out. When there's that many, I am making some spaghetti right now, so I'm making something to eat. The other thing is that it's been difficult to deal with the temperature down here. To be honest, it's cold, and I'm frustrated by it. I don't know what they did upstairs, but it's I'm not getting the heat in like I was in previous years. I don't know. Maybe it's just it's just not quite as humid. I don't know, but I'm pissed off. When it's 30 degrees out, I should be able to walk around. I should not have to wear pants when it's 30 degrees out. That's it's oppressive to force me to have to close on, at that temperature. Um, so again, I've got the windows open because I want to get a little bit of humidity in, and I've got the heat set to 27, and that's what it's going to be until the situation upstairs resolves itself. Because like I don't want to live in an environment with air conditioning, and it's I feel no obligation to be cold because the guy upstairs wants the heat set at a specific, or wants the cooling set at a specific temperature. Like I feel no obligation to have any, you know, to care at all, or to. I mean, like obviously there's no consideration coming from them upstairs about what my comfort level is, right? He's just setting it up to what he wants it at, and it's like fuck everybody else. Well, that's what you're gonna get in return, right? You want to be an asshole, people are gonna be an asshole too. So like I'm not denying that I'm being a, like I'm costing them a lot of money with this decision, and I'm not denying that that's kind of an ass move, but I don't feel I have another option. Like I don't. I'm the one that's paying rent. He doesn't pay rent upstairs. I pay his utility bills, right? It's a really sad joke almost, right? You bring me in here, I'm the one paying for the electricity up there, and I'm supposed to freeze to death. If I'm paying the electricity bill, I have every right to crank the heat up, right? So, um, like it's the stark reality is that he's got to make a choice, right? It's, do you want to have a tenant or do you want to have an air conditioner? Because with the level that he has it at, I mean, like nobody, like it's uninhabitable, right? Um, so yeah, that's I've been stewing over that all day as well. At the very least, we're getting to the end of the day, so I'll have to close the window soon, and then it's just going to be like, heater versus the air. The heater will win always, right? But I mean, I pointed a few times that I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting him out, right? Like, he's old. He's obese. He's not going to live that much longer, right? Old obese people have health issues. Um, so like I'm waiting him out. If he was young, I'd be out of here. I couldn't. It's but I'm also kind of hoping that like I'm hoping something blows up there with the air conditioner. So, I don't know. I need to. I think that I've had this this spiel, 4 or 5 times now. 4 or 5 times in the last week. Pretty much every day I say the same stupid thing. So I gotta, you know, I fucking hate air conditioning, and the guy upstairs is just overkill. I just can't. I'll be pissed off about it until the situation shifts. That's how it's gonna be, right? Anyways, I'm waiting for my water to boil. Put some spaghetti on, and is that really all I did today? Um, I guess I watched a vlog. I watched an hour-long vlog. Uh, yeah, no, I guess I started with the strawberries around 1. And, yeah. I told you that I probably wasn't going to do anything exciting today. I got some pictures off of my other SD card. I'll have to sort through them too, but it's really not much. Oh. And now I got the inevitable headache that comes from. I'd rather have a headache than be cold. It's, I hate being cold. Anyways, I'm gonna check my water. This is going to be a very long election, and I'm going to be just flipping out. I'm going to have to tune out. There's no way around it. I'll be I got one more concert, and then I've got a good week and a bit off, and I have to just just have to tune out. Okay, there's no question. Because I'm going to be sitting here banging my head against the wall, saying, no, she doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. She wants to engage Donald Trump on foreign policy. That's what she wants the election to be about, foreign policy. Now, ignoring the fact that most Americans don't care about foreign policy at all, she actually honestly thinks that her foreign policy experience is going to help her win voters, despite the deep unpopularity of her open imperialism. The deep unpopularity of Barack Obama's foreign policy on the left amongst Democrats. And she thinks that's the thing to win her votes. In truth, the reality is that if she wasn't such an open fascist when she was secretary, and she was, laughing at the destruction of countries, arguing for more and more intervention, more bombing, more bombing, more bombing, if she wasn't that way, she'd probably have been able to get to 60%. It's one of the biggest hits against her is her horrible foreign policy. So how do you get your head around this? You have to get into her head. She honestly thinks that the American people are warlike. Okay? They're interchangeable with the Romans at their most savage point. She thinks that more wars will bring her more popularity. This is what she wants. Okay? Masses of people in stadiums watching gladiator fights, screaming USA, USA, USA. I was over this once before. The United States has not yet seen this kind of naked imperialism, but it's coming. Bush was maybe a test run. What Clinton wants to bring in is learning from those errors and perfecting it. There was a period when Roman emperors would routinely begin their rule by adding a province to the empire. They go out and raise an army and fight and win. And it showed the Roman people that the emperor had the favor of the gods and could uphold the glory of the empire. That's how she thinks. She thinks that it's the way to increase her popularity, because that's how she sees Americans, as a bunch of warlike, illiterate savages. They want to support the strongest, butcher, and want to cheer on the fight. Trump is, of course, a horrible candidate, okay? She's really been handed a gift here. There's really only a couple of strategies that she could pick that will squander such good fortune. Making the election a referendum on her foreign policy, while Trump pushes for glorious, splendid, long overdue isolation. It's pretty much the only thing I can think of that will seal her loss with clear certainty. Out of all the tactics she could possibly pick, out of all the approaches she could take, this is the only approach that will guarantee that she loses. But that's exactly what she's going to do, because that's Hillary for you. Always wrong, all the time.